Hey, it's Scott once again with great resources for coaches. It's February, early February in 2018. And that means that we're coming up upon Valentine's Day. It's actually next week. And today I want to talk, it's kind of fitting for the time, I want to talk about passion. And no, I don't mean the kind of passion that you'll be celebrating next week with hearts and roses and candy and maybe some jewelry or whatever. I'm talking about the kind of passion that we all must have for the endeavors that we choose to embark upon. And of course, the people who I'm speaking to more than anybody here on this video are coaches. And so I'm talking about the passion that you have and you bring to your sport and to the sport experience that you're trying to provide for kids. What level of passion do you have for this experience? I think it's critical that we as coaches, teachers, whatever we are doing with our young people, that we show the passion that we have for that endeavor. I love the quote by Mia Hamm, U.S. soccer player Mia Hamm, and I'm going to read that to you. If you don't love what you do, you will not do it with much conviction or passion. And it's so true. Think about the things that you do in your life that you absolutely love, okay? And what you sink into that with the passion. And then think about the things that you kind of go through the motions on. Right? You don't have a passion for it. She also said it's not sacrifice if you love what you're doing. That's so true, because the things that we love doing, we just go out and just do them, whatever they may be. We ask our kids all the time to have passion for their sports, passion for the things that we're doing. And we also ask them to sacrifice, get in the weight room, get in the off season and work on your skills and do all kinds of things. Well, a lot of kids never feel it's really much of a sacrifice if they have a great passion for the thing that they're doing. Some of that passion, obviously, most of that's going to come from within them, but some of that can be sparked by us as coaches. So first and foremost, we got to love what we're doing, all right? And we got to show that love. But then we want to also share that love. We want to make sure that they see the passion that we have for what we are doing. We want to make sure that they recognize that we are into this. All right. And some of you might be thinking, well, I'm a coach. Of course I'm into it. Yeah, but think about it. I consider myself a basketball coach first and foremost in terms of the sport that I coach. I consider myself a kid coach. But in terms of the sports, basketball is my first sport. But I've coached football, I've coached soccer, and both of those I absolutely loved. Basketball was my biggest passion, but I got way into both of the other sports when I coached them. So I had to make sure that I developed a passion for those and that my kids also saw my passion for that. Because when they see that passion, then they feed off of that passion. So share your passion for what you're doing. It was the same for me in the classroom all the years that I taught. I was an English teacher for 18 years. And I absolutely loved getting in front of those kids in the class and teaching the literature and working even on the grammar and the composition, working on those skills. I loved seeing the light bulb moments with kids. So when they saw my passion, it helped to feed their passion. So I think that's a critical piece. Think about the teachers and coaches in your life who had the greatest impact. Didn't they let their passion show? Isn't that one of the things that ended up happening to you that made you go, God, I love this teacher. I love being in this class. I love my coach because my coach, for whatever, all the reasons that you loved him or her. But chances are their passion came through. They exuded a passion for what they were doing that made you in turn feel that much more of a passion. As a youth coach, when I coached my son in third, fourth, fifth, sixth grade, one of my major goals, actually the number one goal I had every year, was that all those kids on that team wanted to come back the next year and play, wanted to continue this experience. And I think that's a great goal for us to have with youth coaches, but it also was my goal with my varsity teams all the years that I was a varsity coach. Every team I've ever had, I want to make sure that I'm showing such passion and joy and love for my sport that my kids see that, and I want them to carry on and have that same passion. And so even with my varsity teams, one of my goals was they wanted to come back out the next year. It made it tough sometimes because we'd have so many kids come out for a varsity team, and you might have to go through cuts, but I wanted a program that kids wanted to be a part of. Well, one way to be able to create that is to show the passion and give that passion away to those in your program. I think it's an absolute critical piece to what we do. I want to close with a quote today, another quote. This is by a man named Phillips Brooks. He was a clergyman in Boston in the 1800s. He's actually the guy who wrote the lyrics to O Little Town of Bethlehem. And Phillips Brooks said, "Duty makes us do things well, but love makes us do them beautifully." I really think that's a great quote because, of course, there are things in this world that we're going to have to do, we're bound to do, and so we do them the best we can. But when we love what we do, we put so much more into it that we truly do make it a beautiful type of experience. So my challenge to you this week is to go out and show that passion for your sport. You know, obviously next week is a week of passion in Valentine's Day, but I'm talking about a passion for the endeavors that you're in, especially for your kids. Passion for your sport, to show them what this sport it means to you, and try to help them to gain that same type of passion for their sport. If you like this, give us a thumbs up or leave a comment either on the YouTube channel or on the Great Resources for Coaches website comments section. And I hope you have a great week this week, and I hope you attack it with passion.